Welcome back, David and Jane Baker. I called you David. Is that okay?
Dave or David? Dave.
It just came out.
I think it's Dave.
That's good. Dave, just don't call me late for lunch, right?
Don't call you. You don't think you've never missed a meal, have you?
I never have.
You want to tell us about the 15th annual Eureka Springs Spring Antique Trail Show? Tell us about it.
We'd love to. This is our 15th year for this particular show. We have dealers that come in from this year 14 different states, and there are 53 different dealers.
It's
Wow.
all held up in Eureka Springs.
It's
Where
held at the Best Western Inn of the Ozarks
Okay, know where
Convention
that's at.
Center.
That's the place where everyone goes. I see motorcycles there and all kinds of different.
It's where it's happening
They
in
had
Eureka,
what did they have up there? They had a science fiction thing up there.
the UFOs.
Yeah, the UFO
Oh,
people.
okay.
Yeah. I wanted to go. They wouldn't let me in. Well, why is it a trail show? What's the trails have to do with it?
This was started, several years ago, and Parks and Tourism decided that it would be neat if they had a little trail through Arkansas.
Okay.
I think it kind of faded, but we kind of kept the trail show because we thought that Eureka Springs was a wonderful destination
All right.
for antiquers.
So antiquers come from all over and they bring their antiques, right?
The dealers do.
The dealers do. Okay. So it's not like a road show. It's
No, it's not a road.
yeah.
trip.
Okay.
The dealers come in and they unload and then pack up when the show's over with. But we've had people register from as many as 23 different states.
Really?
So there are a lot of antiquers out there, and the local people love to come in. We send them reminders. We have them fill out a card, and they get a reminder of when to come back. You know, we have
So
two
it's a
shows a year.
one-stop shopping.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Where's the best state? What state has the best antiques?
Arkansas?
I was like, Arkansas, of course.
Good answer.
What'd you want me to
I
say?
don't know. I didn't know if there was one
Well,
dealer that came in
this
that
is
has.
special because we bring in such a variety, and we
Uh-huh.
work very carefully to make sure it's not all glass or all furniture. I mean, we try to make the full display of antiques.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
You
you're
know,
an antiquer yourself, I take it.
Absolutely.
when I was younger, Avon bottles were a big thing. Are they still big or
Avon,
not? Or are
no.
They are not big now.
No Beanie Babies, no
To-
Avon.
So there are trends
Oh,
that
yeah.
goes through.
Yeah.
What's not
What's-
popular now? Or
What is-
maybe let's go.
Or what is
what is
popular?
popular?
Well, let's just talk a little bit about, we have people who come in who are furniture buyers, and I brought an example of a little
Okay.
chair that actually belonged to my husband's grandfather. It's a little child's chair and has a lot of, 150 years of
Wow.
history. That is an antique. People ask me many times, what is an antique? Well, an antique is at least 100 years old.
Okay. So Avon bottles
That's a
wouldn't
good
even.
guess.
Qualify yet.
You don't qualify to be an antique.
Heirloom.
Not quite. Right.
So I have watched the road show and I've seen chairs like this before, that same style, and
Little
some
Windsor
of them
chair.
are really expensive.
Yes, yes.
Do you know what this appraises for?
That would probably be in the $300 category.
Okay.
And
And
I'm-
you, now that we're talking about things that you brought, I want to know, well, we're talking about what's popular now, but obviously some of the things you
Well,
brought are.
a lot of people love to have things that their grandmother had, little pickle jars. This is a cruet set, and every Victorian family
Let's
had
hold this up.
had one
Whoa,
of
I
these
can't do
in the
that.
center of the table. You can hold it like this.
Oh, okay.
You have your salt and pepper. You have vinegar and oil, and then you have your jam or jelly.
Oh, okay.
And this sat in the middle of the table and spun around
Okay, like a
like
lazy
that,
Susan.
like a lazy Susan. But every Victorian home had one of those.
And so this
And-
would be over 100 years old.
This is about 150 years
Wow.
old.
Wow. And
That's-
what kind of price would you see something like that?
Depending on the glass itself, which sometimes in ruby or blue, the clear glass is not as expensive. This would probably be $175.
Okay.
The reds and the blues would be higher.
Now, is the salt in there? Is that 100 years old?
The salt looks like it's 100 years old.
There's a big ball
It's
of it in there.
solidified. Right.
Well, it just goes to show you that people still use. They
They
can
do.
still be used.
Yeah,
And
they
will
do.
They'll stand the
And
test
it's a
of time.
wonderful investment.
And
Now-
this is a fun item.
No kidding, the cocoa.
Cocoa box, okay.
Okay, years ago when our children were tiny and I was dragging them around to the antique stores, I think our daughter was the one that said, that says Baker on it.
Oh,
So we started collecting items that say Baker. I have probably 75 or 80 items
I'll
that
be darned.
have the name Baker. But the interesting thing about this, and I don't know whether the television would show it, it actually has the cocoa
Oh, my.
still in it. Of course, I would not use it. And
what's kind of amazing, you turned it over and it's probably so hard.
It didn't
It's like
spill
a brick,
out.
right? Or is it still?
It's
Yeah,
still
it's
soft.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'll be
Sorry.
darned.
And when I,
It's
that's
powdery.
okay. And
Why don't you taste it?
when I close the lid down, press it down, it has the imprint of Walter Baker
Oh.
breakfast cocoa.
And how old do you think that is?
That's probably from the 30s.
Okay. You know, we're out of cocoa here.
Are you?
We're out of hot chocolate. You
Would
think
you
that
like some hot chocolate? We'll make
Yeah,
you.
I actually tasted that. And
Or our
it's-
next guest, we'll
it's
make it for
quite
them.
bitter.
I bet it would be.
Oh, it's bad.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
better.
Interesting.
Now, you have another item here. It looks like is that a bank?
Piggy bank?
A metal bank?
I was a banker for 50 years, so,
Oh, wow.
not that we have a lot of them, but we have a few of them, you know.
Did you have,
Piggy bank,
did
right
you have
there.
kids bring in their piggy banks to invest in the bank?
I think piggy banks are, almost extinct.
I haven't seen one for a number of years. We used to have one all the time.
Yeah.
When I was
Feel
president
that.
of Savings and Loan, we had one, yeah.
That's solid metal.
A lot of
Cast
times
iron.
people ask me, how do you know if it's an old bank or a new bank? And the new banks are made with a lighter metal. The old banks will be extremely heavy.
Okay.
And the paint work on there is still pretty good. It's not been redone. How do you get the money out of there? I guess, how do you
Yeah,
get the
how
money
do
out of there?
you?
The idea to save is to save.
Okay.
This is one that could actually
Oh,
be
you've got,
pulled apart.
you've got a screw
Yeah.
in the back. I
Yeah,
see it now.
screw in the
Okay.
back and it
you
can
just
be
pull it
pulled apart.
Okay. All right. And these are just some of the items that
Well,
you'll
these are
find there,
fun
right?
things. Now, a lot of times people think that, oh, everything at an antique show is so expensive. Well, there are a lot of things that are expensive. For instance, we have some folks coming in with Hondel and Tiffany lamps.
Wow.
And yet we have other dealers coming in with collectible postcards. And I had a little boy one time when I had my shop who came in with his parents, and I started him collecting keys.
Really?
Everything from a cabinet key to a key to a barn. The barn keys are quite large, and they're almost extinct because a farmer very rarely locked
Locks
his
the
barn.
barn.
But he
Wow.
delighted in looking. I just buy keys from people and put them in a box, and he delighted just thumbing through them and finding one that
And
he didn't have.
that's an idea that people might not think about, you know?
Well, yeah, right.
And these items take off because as you get older and you save them, they become antiques or
Exactly.
collectibles.
Exactly.
He didn't say you were antique.
No, I didn't say that.
Thank you.
We definitely want to mention when the show is.
You bet
Okay.
you do.
Right. It's going to be Friday. Friday we have a wine and cheese from 5:30 to 7 on the 18th, and that's a special event. That's $10, but that gets you into the whole weekend for the
Oh,
show.
okay.
And Saturday and Sunday are our regular hours. On Saturday are 10 to 6, and on Sunday they're 10 to 4. That's the 19th and 20th. And there's food available there. There's plenty of parking. We have door prizes, and they can just come and spend the afternoon. You know,
What a great time
yeah,
for people.
so it's a good facility. People like to come. The dealers love to come because they like Eureka, and they can
Right.
they stay there, they eat there, they show it there, they sell there.
Do
Exactly.
people ever bring their items to show the dealers? Or?
Occasionally, people do have something that they're inquisitive about, and they will bring it, and we ask them to leave it with us and go get the dealer that they
Right.
want to talk to,
Okay.
and then,
Yeah.
We don't, it's not really.
You don't want somebody to back a big truck up there
No,
and
no.
unload their
We want
their
people to
items.
come and buy.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, will you have a booth of your own?
No.
You just facilitate
very
this,
first
put it on.
year.
They did have a shop for 12 years, so she knows what she's talking about. Right in downtown Eureka, very successful.
Okay.
Well, great.
The first year I did the show, I had my shop open and we managed. But that's too much. It's just,
Yeah.
my responsibility is to make sure the dealers get in.
Well, you're selfish now. You would just want to do the fun stuff.
I want to buy. I say I call it antique fever.
Yeah.
You can innocently walk into an antique show and you can see something that kind of speaks to you. And
Yeah.
once you buy one thing,
Can,
hooked?
can people haggle?
they do.
Okay.
They do.
Just wondered if I come up there, I might want to haggle because
Well,
I'm a cheapskate.
absolutely. They
Okay.
do.
And this is going to be at
Reasonably.
the days, what is it now?
Best
Western?
Best Western.
Yeah, into the Ozarks.
Into the
Okay.
Ozarks,
Right at the
okay.
corner of 62 West, there,
And that's-
right across from the high school, and the big revolving water wheel.
Yeah, yeah, and it's on the 18th?
It's the
That's the
wine and cheese.
The
Wine and cheese.
19th and 20th, yeah.
Okay,
19th and 20th, the cost is $3, but that's good for the whole weekend. You know.
Okay.
Wine and cheese is special.
okay, well, that's
Okay.
good. Well, we
Well,
hope
thank you.
everyone gets out and comes to see you.
I'll give you a ticket.
I would
while
like
I'm
to have
here.
a ticket.
I'll
All
give you
right.
both a ticket.
Well, thank you.
Great,
Appreciate
thank you.
that.
Good.
All right. Good luck with that, and
Okay.
thanks for being here.
And thank you for having us.
All right, up next, we're going to talk with Sam
Kekaha.
Kekaha and Jack Rose, Boone County Sheriff's Reserve Deputy Association. We'll find out a little more about that. Stay with us.
There was not